I've got some stuff to show on the computer.
And you're also going to go over the last gadget standing after this.
That's right. So I have a rapid fire presentation here, and then I'll be right over last gadget standing trying to win that contest.
And what was your degree in college?
It was in symbolic systems, which is a cognitive science degree.
Sweet. Where'd you get your degree?
That was at Stanford, and then this work was actually at the MIT Media Lab.
Really? So you were at MIT and Stanford?
I was.
Whoa, I got to get off this. Get away from you, my friend. I could explode. This is very, very cool. Did you ever work with God's group or any other music piece at Stanford?
Yeah, actually I did most of my graduate work when I was at Stanford in Karma, in that building that Gus showed on his first slide. So I have also very fond memories of being there.
Cool. All right, go.
Okay, great. So I'm going to tell you about some work that my co-founder, Sifteo co-founder Jeevan Kalanithi and I did together. And let me just give you a quick preview of what we're looking at here. So Sifteo Cubes are a true video game platform for hands-on play. And they're these little powerful cubes that do all kinds of neat things. And I'm going to show you some full game demos in just a minute. So God mentioned this thing that's happening in computing, which is that computers are becoming more about our needs and less about the computer's needs. And that's exactly what we're working on too at Sifteo. And one of the neat things is that video game technology is now becoming the cutting edge of user interface technology. You look at things like what's happening on the iPhone, you look at the Microsoft Kinect, you look at the Nintendo Wii. It started with the mouse, but now we've got all these gesture interfaces making it so much easier, so much more natural to interact with computers, and we're part of that tradition. Now, the vision of Sifteo is that we're creating the future of play by incorporating what's best of its past. And if you think about the way people used to play, think about games like checkers, chess, dominoes, mahjong. Since we're in Las Vegas, poker, right? These kind of classic games where you sat around a table face-to-face with other people, you have game pieces on the table that you move around as part of the game. Those kind of games are awesome and timeless, and they've been around forever. They're very human. But since we're here at Kids at Play, most of you probably have kids or spend a lot of time with kids. And so when kids that you know are playing video games on handhelds, this probably looks familiar to you. Right? It's kind of solitary. Now, video games are awesome because they're interactive. That's the powerful thing about them. But when everybody's lost in their own little individual screen, or everybody's looking up at a screen on the wall, I think you lose something from that around the table, face-to-face dynamic with objects. And so what we're doing is basically trying to create a system that is the best of both worlds, that brings hands-on play with game pieces into the digital age. So Sifteo cubes are these little interactive cubes that each have a screen on top, can sense each other. When you stick them next to each other, can sense their motion, kind of like a Nintendo Wii controller. And this game is all about the dynamic of territory exploration, kind of exploring the maze. And so what you're looking at here, in this cube here, is Booker, our protagonist. And you are playing Booker, and you can try to find these eggs that you've lost. And so as you put the cubes next to each other, Booker will walk down the path that you've created. And then, along the way, you're going to run into the evil owlbear, who wants to eat you, naturally, and you've got to run away. So the coolest thing about this game is this way that you can use the cubes to explore this territory by just creating a path. And your little guy runs around this path. So this game exercises the spatial reasoning parts of your brain and hands as you try to keep Booker alive. So let me keep it moving here. The next game I'm going to show you is one of my favorite ones. This is a game that people that love Tetris or Bejeweled, kind of spatial puzzle people, really love. I really like this one. It's called Chroma Shuffle. And so the way Chroma Shuffle works is you've got these dots that have colors. And the idea is that you're trying to clear them out, right? So think Tetris, clearing out these things. And the way you do it is when you line up 2 blocks that have colors that will match, say the yellow dots on this one and the yellow dots on this one, the blocks will explode and clear. And then, as soon as you've cleared up some empty space, you can use tilt to shift the remaining dots around to get them lined up the way you want them. So let me make a big chain reaction here. So that one's super fun, kind of a brain puzzler, very addictive, I know from personal experience. And then, since we're talking about kids and play, we think of play and learning as being related. It's all about exploration and discovery. And so we've created a game that is a suite of little learning activities that reinforce basic skills in a fun and hands-on way. So this is called Not Brainiac. And I'm going to show you a couple of these little mini games. The first one is about words. And so the game here is that you have a word with a missing letter, and you have to figure out which one matches. And then when you find it, you neighbor the blocks and complete the word. One thing you can also do is press on the screen like a button. That's one of the other features that the blocks have. And you have a time limit. You try to find out how many words you can get in a certain amount of time. Let me show you one other word, or one other game. This is a game about, this is a fraction sorting activity. So in this one, you have to sort the fractions in order of size from smallest to biggest. And this one is definitely harder. So let's see.
Wow.
I've had some practice with this. This one, let me show you what happens when you get it wrong. Some disapproval from our little character there. One of the things that people have been asking us here at CES is how can I get some of those cubes? Which is fun for us to hear. And we had this idea that we were coming to CES to promote what we called our early access program, which was like limited time, discounted price. People can, first group of customers can get a hold of them. And then, that's my time running out. It's coming up from the game. But we ran out of availability overnight in about 12 hours. So unfortunately, if you're interested, you'll have to wait until later this year. But I hope that you will be an early adopter of this technology. And let me show you, just before I go, one more thing. Bunch more games. Here's a little sneak peek at some of the things we're working on now. So, as you can see, as I hope you agree, we think there are big possibilities for this little platform for hands-on play and learning. And it's a new style of game system that incorporates the best of classic games and brings them forward into the future. So if you're around today, come by our booth. We're right in the middle of North Hall, right near the Bluetooth booth. And hope to see you down there. Thanks very much.
Thanks.